Hello, Jacob. Just a video here to give you just kind of a rundown of the hilt after repairs. First and foremost, just on the front, I'd mentioned to you that on the bottom part here, where you used to have your recharge port, there's a hole. You could get a new set of grips, adhesively put them on, and then just put another screw in, basically in the hole in the grip, and you would never see it. Also, it improves sound quality a lot because once this hole is plugged, the sound will be significantly better. As mentioned, obviously we've got one extra button here that doesn't do anything, but you've got a nice little tactile clicky for your activation button and a nice tactile clicky in there for your auxiliary button. Of course, this does come off with just a magnet, and then it snaps into place and stays in place really well. To access your internals, you just take the card out, take the bottom off. And normally if you've got a battery in it, you can switch this on or off. Right now we don't have a battery in, and the best way to accomplish getting the battery in is actually just to rotate and take the whole clamp off, being very gentle, just to slide carefully past the chassis. And the chassis is exposed nicely here. Now, I just want to point out that when you're putting a battery in, the spring side in here is negative, and this side is positive. It makes it so that you can rotate it in and out really nicely. Now, in addition, the other thing is the SD card. On these things, being that it's a push-push technology, you need to use a tool to try to get that SD card out. I'll give you a little demo. And bear in mind with SD cards, you have to be fairly gentle with them because they can be damaged easily. But I can just use a tool like this here, obviously no battery in it right now, and you push the SD card in, which pops it out slightly, and then you can get a hold of it, and you can slide it the rest of the way out, and then you pop it all the way out. And then just bear in mind, because you've got this Bluetooth module, there's just almost no room, so you got to be very gentle doing this. You don't want to put any damage on the surface of the card. And then after you've done your configuration changes, what have you, you'd slide the card back in and gently do the push again to lock it in place. Now, as I mentioned, you would take your battery, positive, negative side in first, slide it in, and it's in place. Put my clamp back on. All right, switch it on.
Surely we can be civilized about this.
And then we can slide the bottom of the hilt on again. Put your card back in and lock it off, and you're ready to go. And the CFX stuff, again, pretty straightforward.
Lovely. More smiling faces. Let the negotiations begin.
Two-button setup working really well. All right, so pretty straightforward. Not really any big mysteries here. I do recommend that you, when you've got the battery in for a short term, obviously slide the bottom off. You can see your Bluetooth module blinking away there, and just switch it off. You can store the battery in it. It should be okay. For long-term storage, I'd recommend taking the clamp off, or the clamp off completely. Again, be gentle when you're doing this because you don't want to, add torsional stress to this and break the chassis off completely. That would be not a great situation. All right. So we just slide the clamp off gently. And that allows us to get our thumb underneath and pull the battery out nice and easy. Right? The batteries, you do want to try to store them in the proper plastic case. You don't just sort of leave them around because lithium-ion batteries, it can be volatile if they're not handled correctly or left in the right temperature. So there you go. Pretty straightforward. Nothing too mysterious there. The one pin that you had and all your spare parts are in bags. They'll be in the package there and coming to you. So the only other thing I was meaning to ask you about, and maybe you know this already, you've got an extra button on here that doesn't do anything, and on the normal Romans, normally you've got like a glass eye here that would be, it doubles as your like blade holder, but of course on that modified blade holder, I don't think that it works exactly that way. In any case, hopefully you enjoy your saber, and that's about it. Thanks very much.